Have you ever met someone who completely threw you off balance from the very first moment? That is exactly what happens when Maeve Mullens meets Sophia Crane in the bustling emergency department of Shortland Street. Sophia steps in as the new head of the ED, as a replacement. She brings with her over a decade of experience working in emergency departments, military outposts, and war zones. She is sharp, direct, and used to making tough calls under pressure. What starts as a tense confrontation between her and Maeve quickly spirals into a captivating, slow-burn romance filled with undeniable chemistry, witty banter, and complicated boundaries. Maeve is the hospital's director of nursing, a fierce protector of her staff who takes her responsibilities very seriously. She first encounters Sophia after hearing a disturbing rumor. Another nurse informed Maeve that Sophia had explicitly ordered him to remove his pride pin. Concerned and ready to defend her team, Maeve marches up to Sophia. She introduces herself and immediately demands to know if Sophia has a problem with gay people. She firmly reminds Sophia that the hospital does not tolerate bigots and that there are a few of us here. Sophia is visibly stunned by Maeve's directness, but she doesn't back down. Instead, she admits that she actually likes Maeve's straightforward approach. Sophia then calmly clarifies the situation. The pin was simply placed on the wrong side of the scrubs, which violated strict hospital regulations regarding uniform standards. Then, with calm precision, Sophia drops a bombshell. She too is gay. This unexpected revelation leaves Maeve completely thrown. She quickly realizes she misread the situation entirely and had jumped to conclusions. Sophia, unbothered by the confrontation, tells Maeve there is no need to apologize for defending her nurses. However, she suggests it might be worth verifying the facts before throwing herself into the firing line. But before Maeve can fully process the exchange, Sophia pivots the conversation entirely. She casually asks Maeve if she would be interested in showing her around Ferndale, noting that her knowledge of the area is lacking. And then, in typical blunt Sophia fashion, she suggests they could even sleep together. Maeve is left gasping with laughter at the sheer audacity of the suggestion. She awkwardly declines, stating that won't be necessary. As Sophia walks away, she turns back one final time, telling Maeve to call her Sophia, leaving Maeve standing stunned in the hallway. The tension between them only grows in the days that follow. When Sophia starts making staffing decisions that Maeve dislikes, they clash over how to run the emergency department. Sophia encourages a doctor to perform a procedure instead of following Maeve's specific instructions for a nurse to observe. Frustrated by the interference, Maeve tells Sophia to back off from her nurses. She demands to know if Sophia is trying to push her out of the department. They step closer to each other, standing face to face, the air thick with unresolved tension and an undeniable underlying attraction. Later, Maeve confides in her friend about the confusing dynamic. She admits that everything Sophia says seems to carry a double meaning. She even confesses to Sophia's blunt proposition about sleeping together. Rachel playfully encourages Maeve to go for it, making Maeve laugh as she points out that a hospital CEO probably shouldn't be endorsing such behavior. Yet, despite their professional friction, Maeve finds herself softening towards Sophia. Sophia proves her genuine respect for the nursing team during another shift. When questioned about assigning tasks, Sophia firmly states that in her emergency department, nurses are every bit as critical as the doctors. She publicly declares she would take one of them over 10 ego-ridden doctors any day. This earns Maeve's deep admiration and shifts her perspective on the complex doctor. Their dynamic shifts even further when they are forced to work side by side on a critical patient right in the middle of the emergency department. Sophia makes the risky call to treat the patient immediately, knowing he wouldn't survive the trip to surgery. They work seamlessly together, their professional chemistry matching their personal tension. Covered in blood after saving the patient's life, they share a quiet, intense moment of mutual respect and concern for one another. Later, in the locker room, Sophia finds Maeve washing up. Maeve compliments Sophia's instincts and skill. Sophia sits beside her and gently takes Maeve's hand. She softly reassures Maeve that she respects her boundaries. Since Maeve previously stated she wasn't interested, Sophia promises to give her the space she needs. But, as they look at each other, it becomes clear that space is the last thing Maeve actually wants. The next day, Maeve is a distracted mess. She can't stop daydreaming about Sophia. She steals glances at her all day, only to quickly slip away whenever Sophia tries to approach. Finally, Sophia corners Maeve in the changing room, accusing her of avoiding her all day. The charged atmosphere reaches a boiling point. Sophia admits there is undeniably something between them and softly asks for permission to kiss her. Maeve eagerly agrees, and they share a passionate, long-awaited kiss. Their flirtation quickly escalates. Maeve boldly confronts Sophia in the locker room later, admitting she was disappointed in herself for running away previously. She boldly declares she won't leave Sophia dripping wet this time. Sophia, usually so composed and in control, is left completely speechless, frozen in place by Maeve's sudden boldness. They start playing games, daring each other to break the rules. By the vending machine, Maeve mischievously suggests they come back late from their break just for fun. Sophia, caught off guard, initially backtracks but eventually agrees. They do exactly that, reveling in the small act of rebellion together. But things hit a snag when Maeve admits that whatever is happening between them needs to slow down. Sophia, unwilling to dance around the issue, pushes back. She asks if they are going to keep making excuses or if they can finally talk about Maeve's past trauma with someone named Nicole. Maeve snaps, fiercely refusing to discuss it and sharply telling Sophia to drop the subject entirely. Despite the emotional setback, Maeve eventually asks Sophia out on a proper date. They bond over their shared choice not to drink, and everything seems perfect until Maeve notices Sophia is wearing a wedding ring. Sophia calmly explains that she is in an open marriage and offers to answer all of Maeve's questions over dessert. Uncomfortable, feeling misled, and overwhelmed by the revelation, Maeve abruptly ends the date and walks away. The next day, Maeve confronts Sophia for not mentioning her marriage sooner. Sophia explains she wanted them to connect as individuals first, before diving into the complex dynamics of her relationship. She details the rules and boundaries she shares with her wife, who lives in England, emphasizing the importance of honesty and clear communication in their arrangement. Maeve is torn, seeking advice from her friends. Some warn her it's a terrible idea, while others encourage her to pursue what she wants. Ultimately, Maeve realizes she still wants to get to know Sophia. She finds Sophia and admits that despite the unexpected marriage revelation, she genuinely likes her. They agree to a second attempt at a first date, this time with dessert firmly included in the plans. Their connection deepens rapidly. They flirt openly at work, sneaking glances and sharing inside jokes during chaotic shifts. When their plans for a romantic evening at Sophia's place are interrupted by an invitation to a coworker's party, they improvise. They end up sneaking off to the bathrooms for a passionate hookup before finally joining the gathering, later joking with friends about their delayed arrival. The passion between them becomes harder to hide within the hospital walls. A coworker accidentally witnesses them passionately making out in an empty ward. Instead of panicking, Sophia and Maeve agree to keep it quiet. They even turn their mentorship of junior nurses into a playful, flirtatious competition to distract from their secret encounters. Their relationship reaches a new level of intimacy when they finally spend the night together at Maeve's house. Waking up wrapped in each other's arms, Maeve tries to cuddle closer, reluctant to start the day. Sophia admits she never sleeps in past 6 in the morning, but she clearly doesn't want to leave Maeve's side. They both confess how much they enjoyed their time together, though Sophia gently reminds Maeve of the rules they must respect regarding her marriage. Later, Maeve admits the terrifying truth. She is completely in over her head. She is rapidly catching deep feelings for Sophia, and she strongly suspects Sophia is falling just as hard for her. They are in trouble, she admits, but it is undeniably the best kind of trouble. What do you think of Maeve and Sophia's complicated romance? Let us know in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more Sapphic videos.